Okay, so you're walking your customer through a model home and you arrive at the objection. Let's say it's a very common concern about your undersized secondary bedrooms. But like a professional, you brilliantly explain all the many reasons why the customer should have absolutely no concern about such a trivial problem.
It's not a big deal.
And then it dawns on you. No one would have said anything about the bedrooms if you had just shut up about it.
Oof.
You raised a concern that they weren't thinking about. It's happened to all of us. And just like that, you made their decision significantly more difficult. So today we're talking about why you should never beat your buyer to an objection and how to avoid that. Because sometimes your words are the very reason that they hesitate. Welcome back, everyone, to the 5-Minute Sales Training. If this topic hits home, give the video a like. Make sure you're subscribed. We've got more coming every single week, but let's dive in. Preempting objections is one of the fastest ways to kill confidence in a sale. And here's the worst part. It's almost always well-intentioned. Salespeople do it because they want to be helpful. They want to be honest. They want to get ahead of the situation. But what actually happens? Well, you plant a seed of doubt that the buyer didn't have until you gave it to them.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that.
So if you are selling a home that, say, backs up to power lines, and we say to the customer, now this home does back up to power lines, but I just want to make sure that we're clear on this. The whole idea of health hazards is really overblown. We've got all of these reports from the power company, from the university. The idea of EMFs causing leukemia is just, it's fake news. There's more to worry about with your hairdryer. And now you've made it a thing.
Well, I wasn't worried, but I am now.
Here's the problem. When you preempt the objection, you actually bring your own concerns into their decision-making process. The next thing you know, you have a customer going, is my hairdryer a problem? Oh, by the way, I don't want that home. What we need to do here is train our brain. Even if your concerns are well informed by the 300 shoppers who came before and brought up the same objection, you still don't know what this customer thinks. You see, this has to do with something called the availability bias. This is not a sales thing. This is a human nature thing. When we hear the same input over and over and over again, we start to believe it to be true, a commonly held truth.
Everyone knows that, right, guys?
So if 10 people in a row all complain about the bedroom size, then I'm absolutely expecting that the 11th person is going to do the same, and my natural tendency is to want to get in front of this. Don't. The reality is that when you do this, you're not responding to the buyer, you're actually overreacting to your own discomfort. You're afraid that they'll push back on price, so you defend it before they even ask. You're sensitive about square footage, so you rush to justify the benefits of the layout. But let's be truthful about that. If the buyer didn't say it, it's not your job to defend it. Your role is to lead with confidence, to listen, not to assume, to respond, not to predict. So let's talk about how to stay in that posture. And the first step is that we always let the buyer go first. Until they voice a concern, you don't need to solve it. The second step, stay out of your own head. Their fears are not always your fears. Don't project. And the third step, present with belief, because confidence is contagious. But so is hesitation. So you're touring a home with a smaller backyard. Your old habit says, just so you know, this yard may not be huge, but a lot of buyers love how low maintenance it is. No, your new habit is to say nothing, to let them take it in. If it's important, they'll bring it up. Instead, we'll talk about the positive aspects of this backyard. And if they do bring it up, now you're in a real conversation, not in a proactively defensive conversation. So here's your challenge. The next time you feel yourself rushing to explain something before the buyer brings it up, pause. Ask yourself, did they bring this up or did I? Because confidence isn't just what you say, it's what you don't say when you don't need to. Stay calm, let the buyer lead, and do not plant the objection. Hey, that's it for today's 5-minute sales training. Write down in the comments what objection you have for a home in your community that you promise never to preempt again. And until next time, learn more to earn more.